Our top story. The Lok Sabha Speaker has disqualified Rahul Gandhi from his parliament membership. He was convicted of criminal defamation yesterday. He lost his parliament seat today. As things stand, Rahul Gandhi is not an MP anymore. He has lost his seat from the Wayanad constituency in Kerala. It's now up to the Election Commission to decide when they want to announce a bypoll. Sources are telling us that the Election Commission plans to wait and watch. But looking at the speed at which things are going, who knows? They have 6 months' time in any case. Rahul Gandhi himself has reacted to his disqualification. He has tweeted saying, and I quote, "I'm fighting for India's voice. I'm willing to pay any price for it," he says. Now, in many ways, we and the Congress saw this coming. They should have seen this coming. Once the Surat court convicted Rahul Gandhi of criminal defamation, the BJP immediately had started talking about his disqualification. Meenakshi Lekhi, a member of parliament from the government, also a minister, had said as much yesterday. She's a lawyer, and technically the BJP was going by the rule book. The law says if any MP is convicted and given a prison sentence of 2 or more years, they can be disqualified immediately. The Lok Sabha Speaker is not required to wait for the legal appeals to play out. Having said that, the Congress says this decision reeks of political vendetta and overreaction. Now, not for a moment am I defending what Rahul Gandhi said in 2019. It was immature, it was unnecessary, it was irresponsible. And he should have actually thought about the consequences. But question is the reaction greater than the action? Was Rahul's offense so big that he had to be disqualified within 24 hours for 6 years? I think we all know the answer to that. The BJP, of course, is calling this the law of the land. They say Rahul Gandhi should have kept his tongue in check or at least apologized for his comments. But the opposition is in arms. As we speak, the Congress has concluded a special strategy meeting. Not much has come out of it except the fact that we know that there will be a Delhi Chalo rally in protest. We also know that Rahul Gandhi will be holding a press conference at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Meanwhile, Priyanka Gandhi has also stepped out to defend her brother. Listen in.
भाजपा के स्पोक्सपर्सन हो, चाहे मंत्री हो, चाहे उनके सांसद हो, चाहे प्रधानमंत्री खुद, सुबह से शाम तक वो मेरे परिवार के बारे में, राहुल जी के बारे में, मेरे पिताजी के बारे में, मेरी माता जी के बारे में, इंदिरा जी के बारे में और पंडित जी नेहरू जी के बारे में कुछ न कुछ आलोचना करते रहते हैं, कुछ न कुछ अपशब्द। ये सिलसिला पुराना है, सब पूरा देश जानता है, पूरा देश ठीक है। उनके खिलाफ किसी जज ने किसी 2 साल का सेंटेंस नहीं दिया, उनको डिस्क्वालीफाई नहीं किया। और मेरे भाई ने क्या किया? अडानी का मुद्दा उठाया। मेरे भाई ने अडानी का मुद्दा उठाया, सवाल पूछे संसद में, इसीलिए ये सब हुआ है।
Meanwhile, the BJP has questioned why does Rahul Gandhi think that he's above everyone, that he's above India and above the law? That was their line of attack on Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party today. Take a listen.
The decision falls under the provisions of Article 1021E of the Constitution of India, read with the Section 8 of the Representatives of the People Act 1951. स्पष्ट है कि 2 साल की सजा थी, संसद की सीट सांसद के रूप में छुट्टी होनी थी। ये जो लगता है कि डायनेस्टी का होने तो मैं उससे ऊपर हूं, सबसे ऊपर हूं, यानी कि आप पार्लियामेंट के कानून नियम से भी ऊपर हो गए। आप सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद भी आप कुछ भी करेंगे और आपको पूछने वाला कोई नहीं होगा।
I just want to make one thing clear. We are not questioning the wisdom of the court that convicted Rahul Gandhi. That's a separate issue. We are questioning the speed, the scale and the severity of the decision that was taken by the Lok Sabha Speaker. Stripping an MP of his Lok Sabha seat is no small matter. It is a decision that should be taken with neutrality and political maturity. So how exactly did Rahul Gandhi land into this entire mess? And what is this 2019 defamation case all about? Our next report gets you a lowdown on the events leading up to Rahul's disqualification. Take a look.
I'll tell you what my opinion on the ordinance is. My opinion on the ordinance is that it's complete nonsense and that it should be torn up and thrown out. That's my opinion, my personal opinion on the ordinance.
Little did Rahul Gandhi know that it was this very ordinance that he called nonsense that could have saved his disqualification as an MP today. Political speech in India is all about targeting your opponent. There are jibes and taunts, and it is all part of the election drama. But for Rahul Gandhi, a political speech given in 2019 in Karnataka before the last elections has come back to haunt him. Yesterday, a Surat court convicted him of defamation for a dig he took at Prime Minister Modi during an election speech, a speech he made in 2019. It was a time when the likes of Nirav Modi and Lalit Modi were on the run. So Rahul made a statement asking how all thieves had the surname Modi. Soon after, a BJP leader and former Gujarat Minister Purnesh Modi filed a case, saying this was defamatory to all who have the Modi surname. The final judgment of the Surat court found Rahul guilty of defamation under Section 499 and Section 500. It handed out the maximum punishment of 2 years and then suspended it for 30 days so that he could appeal. This brings us to another judgment, the 2013 Supreme Court judgment that allows immediate disqualification of an elected representative if convicted for a crime with punishment of 2 years and more. This is the very judgment that has led to Rahul's disqualification. But this is where irony dies 1,000 deaths. In 2013, when the Supreme Court judgment was passed, the UPA government under Manmohan Singh brought in an ordinance. It wanted to nullify the Supreme Court order. It was then that Rahul Gandhi stormed into a press briefing calling for this very ordinance to be torn up. Nearly a decade later, he's no longer a LokSabha MP, as that very ordinance was withdrawn. So what are Rahul's options right now? Well, this disqualification can be reversed in two ways. One, if a higher court grants a stay on the conviction. Two, if the court decides the appeal in favor of the convicted lawmaker. According to Gandhi's team, the Congress leader will soon challenge this in a higher court. But it is no surprise that this is a massive setback for the grand old party who are questioning the legality of the move.
Clearly, he's paying a price for it. Clearly, this government is rattled. Therefore, this government is doing all these, finding new techniques of throttling his voice.
As for the BJP, they say Rahul is reaping what he sowed.
Opposition leader like Rahul Gandhi on the foreign soil have left no stone unturned to portray the bad image, spread lies. All I can say is Cambridge cry and London lies. It's not getting any good for the country.
Let me go across to my guests who are joining me this evening. Charu Pragya, BJP spokesperson on the show. Thank you very much, Charu, for being with us at 10:10. It's fairly late. Most people would have gone to sleep, I would assume. Thank you very much for being here. Sujata Paul, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Good to see you, Sujata. And Tehseen Poonawala, going home to Pune, I'm assuming. Are you joining us from the airport by any chance, Tehseen?
From the airport.
Yes, he is. Yeah, so a double thank you to you. Thank you very much, all three of you. Who should I start with? Maybe I should start with Charu Pragya, because all the missiles that have been fired by the Congress and the opposition obviously have been trained at the BJP today. Itni jaldi kya thi? Charu, what was the hurry in suspending Mr. Rahul Gandhi? We have a Lakshadweep MP who was suspended by the Lok Sabha Speaker and had to be reinstated. It's a different question that he's not being allowed to come to the parliament, but a court, the Kerala High Court had stayed his disqualification. Now he's back to being an MP within a period of a month. Jaldi kya thi? Why could the Secretariat of the Lok Sabha not have waited to see what Rahul Gandhi's next legal course is going to be and what the High Court of Gujarat is going to say?
Shreya, good evening. And I do hope some people are still awake to listen to us, because I'm going to answer this in a legal way. The Honorable
We are hoping the whole world is awake. We are hoping the whole world is awake and listening to us.
Automatically done. Yeah, so the Honorable Speaker of the Lok Sabha has not disqualified Rahul Gandhi. The disqualification was automatic the minute the conviction order was passed against him. That is what the Constitution of India says. And if anyone wants to check it, you can go and read Article 102(1)(e) and read it along with the Representation of People's Act, Section 8. So it's very clear the minute this order was passed, it was an automatic disqualification. And whether the Speaker takes it up, talks about it, it doesn't matter. So all the guns that are trained on the Honorable Speaker today, they are wrong. This is entirely Mr. Gandhi's doing, and he's now got to face the music. My other question is, and this is very respectfully to Mr. Gandhi himself, when the court asked you to apologize, shouldn't you have simply said that I did not mean to include all Modis in my statement and I apologize for the faux pas I made. I did make an error and I'm sorry. As simple as that. Why go on a tirade and say, मैं सच का साथ दूंगा? क्योंकि ये सच तो नहीं है ना. मोदी सरनेम वाले सारे लोग चोर तो नहीं हैं. तो आप सच का साथ तो दे नहीं रहे. काम तो आप राजनीति की कर रहे हैं. Another thing is that this very ordinance, as you also mentioned, is the same one that Rahul Gandhi created a spectacle over when he tore it up and threw the papers up in the air. A spectacle which is discussed even today. So irony did die 1,000
Charu,
deaths.
fact check.
The fact of the matter is,
My dearest
all the
Charu,
noise that's
fact
being
check.
made,
I respect you, but fact check.
Yeah.
He never tore the ordinance. You know, that's a fact check. I think that hasn't come out publicly. The fact is he never tore the ordinance. Look, he said what he said about it, but he never tore it. I just wanted to put that for our viewers. Go ahead, but continue.
Throw it around.
Please.
He ensured. So he ensured without having a legal government position or a position in the party even, he had the galls to come and interfere in the business of the government of India. So that's important to note. See, today making a hue and cry about a mistake is not the right thing to do. I think humbly, if a leader is a genuine one, he should just say, I meant to hurt no sentiments. If he couldn't do that, it only screams of arrogance and nothing else.
Good point. Good point. Good point. And Sujata ji, before I get in Tehseen, please answer. Explain what was the problem in Rahul Gandhi apologizing. Fact is that what he said was immature and irresponsible. It bordered on stupid. Well, you've made a mistake. All of us make mistakes. I say 20 things which are inappropriate, but bhai, apologize karke baat khatam karo. And if you don't, and if you continue to be arrogant about it, this will what will happen, because today the Congress can cry conspiracy, but ma'am, the fact is the law is the law and nothing has happened against the law or against rules.
If you say something wrong, you do apologize. But when you have done no wrong, said no wrong, why should you apologize? But here, before I go on to that speech, because I didn't want to get into that, but I will still do that. But before that, somebody sent me a quote which said, dictatorships consolidate fast, disintegrate slowly at first, and then fall rapidly. Now coming to the speech. Though the matter is in court and we should not be discussing it, but still, let me tell you what the speech said. In the speech, he said, and I quote him verbatim, Acha ek chota sa sawal. In sabke naam. What does in sabke naam mean? In sabke naam. In sab choro ke naam. मोदी 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 कैसे है? नीरव मोदी, ललित मोदी, नरेंद्र मोदी. और अभी थोड़ा ढूंढेंगे तो बहुत सारे मोदी निकलेंगे. That is what he said, Shreya ji. So the fact of the matter is that why should he apologize when he has said nothing wrong? Isn't Nirav Modi a chore? Lalit Modi a chore? Isn't Narendra Modi protecting these chores? And why is it that today things have moved at such speed? And you spoke about speed, rightfully so. Look at Nishikant Dubey. He also wanted Rahul Gandhi to be disqualified. And then this judgment comes where, again, I will not go into the legalities, but look at this judgment. It delivers a judgment where the sentence is of the highest order. That is the maximum, punishment prescribed here. And that's what he gets. So the fact of the matter is that Rahul Gandhi has done no wrong, said no wrong, and he stands by it. The Modi government, the Tana Shah, is scared because he wants to be Shakal. But the fact is, there is this young man who he has joked about, who he has said, whose party he has said has finished. But the fact is that he is scared because he's asking about the A of Adani, the C of China. He's asking every question that is related to this country, to the DNA of this country. And Mr. Modi has no answers. So all that he could do was, he was scared of this
there is
gentleman
enough
standing in front
ammunition
of
that
him,
the Congress
and he didn't want to see
has
him.
for the week.
That's what.
Okay, Sujata ji. Okay, there is enough ammunition against the BJP that the Congress has today and possibly for this entire month, possibly leading up to the Karnataka elections as well. So does the opposition. But Tehseen Poonawalla, the fact is, the law is the law. While we are questioning, I don't know what the election commission is going to do, Tehseen. The election commission has 6 months to decide whether they will call a bypoll for Wayanad. Now, if they act in haste and tomorrow say, chalo bhai, laga do, election karwa do, then you have a right to question the election commission and question the haste, given the backdrop of the Lakshadweep MP, because the Supreme Court then had, cancelled the bypoll for Lakshadweep.
That's true.
But I want to ask you, when it comes to the law book and when it comes to the rule book, no rules have been flouted. So why cry conspiracy?
So Shreya, we live in strange times in Amrit Kal, where in Azadi Ka Mahotsav, Pragya Thakur ji is a member of parliament and Rahul Gandhi ji is not a member of parliament. I just want your viewers to hear this. Ajay Mishra Teni, whose son mowed down farmers. I released that video. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra subsequently tweeted it. I released that video. I was threatened with cases all across Uttar Pradesh. Continues to be a union minister in Shri Narendra Modi ji's government. Rahul Gandhi ji is not a MP. Strange times, right? I mean, certainly the ordinance that Rahul Gandhi was speaking against was for criminals who indulged in corruption or acts of terror, etc. Not for a political speech made in Karnataka whose defamation, criminal defamation, is carried out in Surat. And with due respect to the court, before whose majesty I bow, the entire process of that trial has been where the petitioner has first gone to the court and got a stay on his own trial. Then he's gone back and removed the stay. Then there's been immediate expediting hurry. And everyone who's been blaming the Congress and saying, look, why didn't you go into appeal? Do you know, Shreya, that while all of us discussed yesterday what happened, the judgment was only out last night? So you only got an official copy this morning. How would you file an appeal?
Yeah.
You need a wakalatnama, you need a signature. When Abhishek Manu Singhvi on your channel and other channels had made it abundantly clear that, listen, we are going to go and appeal to the Sessions Court. When they had made it clear, couldn't you have waited when the official copy only came out today of the judgment? How do you file an appeal without an official copy of the judgment, without the wakalatnama? So this entire thing, yes, as Vyasa writes in the Mahabharata, the law is not just about technicality; it's about morality. Law bereft of morality, which is what this government is no law. It is tyranny, and that is what this government is indulging in. Even in the Mahabharata, Duryodhana believed. He believed he was legally correct, and he kept giving arguments for being legally correct. The end for Duryodhana will be the same political end for this government. The same political end for the Kauravas is going to be the political end of this government. Arrogance will not last. They also argued that technically and legally correct. They were bereft of morality.
Charu Pragya, essentially what Tehseen is saying, there is the law and there is the spirit of the law. You cannot hang a guy for saying something that some people don't like. In this case, you have disqualified an elected MP for 6 years. It may be the rule, but the judgment is excessive. Let's accept it. And it is debatable whether the LokSabha Secretariat acted in haste. The disqualification is okay, immediate. I buy that. That's the rule book. But look at the optics around it. Look at what the judgment and the disqualification have done. They have done the impossible, bringing the opposition together and all together calling the BJP government and the Prime Minister a dictator.
No, so can I just respond to both those things, Shreya? And my friend Tehseen, who usually speaks with facts, is only basing his arguments on rhetorics today. And I feel sorry for him because all the facts do stack up against him. First of all, the law of the land recognizes defamation to also be criminal. So a Tehseen Poonawalla or the Congress party or Rahul Gandhi cannot decide whether we can go in for a civil appeal or a criminal appeal. If my country guarantees me a safeguard in the form of a criminal appeal for defamation, I'm well within my rights and you cannot stop this. Also, we are talking about a wakalatnama not being able to be filed. Please tell me, you found a lawyer in 20 minutes for Pawan Khera. Why not for Rahul Gandhi? Did he not qualify for a quick lawyer? Nobody could file a quick wakalatnama, ask for a stay, try even? None of that was done. Also, Shreya, when you talk about the law and the spirit of the law, here I think both is being followed. Because can you really put a number on how much the sentiments of a person can be heard? See, if there is a law in place for this, just because it is Rahul Gandhi, you think the law should be waived off? I don't think so. And he's not the first legislator against whom this law has been invoked. This has happened multiple times. I can list dozens of examples, as can you, I'm sure.
May I just respond very quickly?
But the last example we saw what happened, na Charu? The disqualification was overturned and so was the bypoll.
May I just
So we have
respond
a
very
precedent.
quickly?
We have Azam Khan and Lalu Yadav, but we also have the MP from
Please, so
Lakshadweep.
Mr.
Then we have a
Mr.
precedent.
Gandhi can go in for an appeal. No, Mr.
May I
Gandhi.
just...
True.
Right, so here Mr. Gandhi
Yeah,
can go
true.
in for an
No,
appeal.
you're right.
Let's
He
see
can
what
go
the
in for an
Honorable Court
appeal.
decides.
Why
Also,
crib
it is
about the law,
prerogative of
challenge it.
judge occupying that chair to pass the judgment. We cannot tell the judge to... No, exactly. So you can challenge it. Nobody is stopping the Congress from challenging the law or going into appeal. But you cannot sit here and question the
Achha,
rights
Sujata
and
ji
the
is
duties
smiling.
of the judge who passed
May
the
I just-
judgment. He's
may I
well
just-
within his rights. He's only performing his duty.
Okay. Tehseen first and then Sujata ji
Yeah.
who's smiling.
Yeah. Just 2 or 3 points. Number one, it is strange you want Rahul Gandhi to file an appeal today when he want to file an appeal right away when he doesn't get a copy of the judgment. It only comes out later. You know, Charu, more than anybody else, and you've studied law, you have to file an official copy of the judgment, not on a WhatsApp copy. I understand that the BJP loves WhatsApp. Sujata ji will bear with me that WhatsApp is their favorite university, but WhatsApp university पे नहीं होता ना फिर वो actual copy चाहिए court का. It's strange. Second, just answer 2 questions to the viewers today.
ये तो लो ब्लो था
not only
तहसीन. ये एकदम लो ब्लो था.
Faisal,
Right back at you.
Faisal, but you said I have
No,
not
let me
proven
say
facts,
this.
That's right.
नहीं वो low
Faisal-
blow नहीं था चारू. Fact is BJP का ही top university is not WhatsApp university, is देश में. The number 1 university in this country is WhatsApp, not just for the BJP. I can assure you. There are many
I concur
doctors
with
also
that.
who have passed from WhatsApp university and are treating people. So it was not a low blow. It's the truth. If it's on WhatsApp, 99.9% people in this country believe it has to be true. Anyhow, I'll let you complete your point, Tessie.
Number 2, just Shreya's point. Faisal, his stay has been suspended and stayed. Supreme Court came down on the Election Commission for rushing into call an election. Why hasn't Faisal been allowed to come back into Parliament? If the parliamentary secretary or secretariat is so alert on what has happened in Gujarat and immediately can act within a few hours, Faisal, who's got a say in suspended, why is he not allowed to come in Parliament? Is that not letting down his constituency? Why does this only happen with opposition MPs? Third, Charu, the Honorable Supreme Court in my case, Tehseen Poonawalla versus Union of India, asked for a law on hate speech. It's continuously asked for it. Why have you not formed a law on hate speech? You all respect the courts, no? Why haven't you formed a law on hate speech? Tell me one BJP leader convicted of hate speech, despite FIRs being filed on hate speech against BJP leaders who are continuously making it. Nobody's convicted, nobody's acted up against. And yet, for a political speech made in Karnataka, somebody in Gujarat is making a speech. And when you say that this is the law of the land, Charu, in a criminal defamation, you need to go with clean hands. You cannot be an ex-BJP MP and then say there is defamation for me. In criminal defamation, you have to show how you have been defamed and how it's affected you. In my opinion, with respect to the Surat court, none of that has been established so far by this petitioner, who does not come with clean hands.
Well, he's a BJP MLA. He obviously, I mean, obviously it was political. The entire move to go to court was political and not someone feeling extremely offended. But Charu, can I quickly get in Sujata ji? Can I quickly get in Sujata ji with the point that you are making? Sujata ji, it's all very well for you to crib about the law. Fact is, challenge it. Today the Congress had one more emergency meeting. So many lawyers in Congress party. Every second person is a lawyer in the Congress party and all senior luminaries. By the looks of it, the Congress didn't see this coming. Most of them looked fairly shocked yesterday when this happened. B, challenge the law.
To be very honest, nobody is surprised. Everybody was prepared. Everybody is prepared mentally for the next move. They are probably going to send Rahul Gandhi ji a notice to vacate his house, right? So nobody is surprised. Nobody is, on the back foot. But yes, because we have legal luminaries, we are talking about the legal aspects. And nobody can deny that a matter which was stayed by the Ahmedabad High Court because it was the complainant who had approached the High Court. Why? And why did he, get the stay vacated in February of 2023 when the judge was changed? So, there are lots of questions. I don't want to get into that. But the fact is that when Charu Pragya is talking today, there was a slip of tongue which he might have not realized. She said galls. Rahul Gandhi has the galls. Yes, people just have gall, but he does have the galls. And he has much of it because it is the Tana Shah, Shenshah and Tana Shah who are rattled no less. Because every time Rahul Gandhi stands up in parliament, outside parliament, he is questioning the Shenshah. And what does he do? He stands up in parliament and shows the relationship of Adani with Mr. Modi. And that is enough to get him rattled. Otherwise, what was the hurry? And look at the manner in which the entire BJP is up in arms using the farras which are coming from WhatsApp. I will not go into those details because those have already been cleared by Tehseen, my friend, right now. But the fact is that they are using only those farras to target Rahul Gandhi. And one last point. They've been talking about the backward community being targeted. Let me make it very clear that Mr. Nirav Modi comes from the Jain community. I'm sure Charu Pragya would know that. And let me also tell you that Gujar Mal Modi was a Marwari. And he was a very, very respected Marwari who had settled in Modi Nagar, whose son is Lalit Modi. So when you try to attack somebody and a leader like Rahul Gandhi, who you have attacked time and again, day in, day out, night in, night out, you are only going to attack him without using your brains because those farras are coming from WhatsApp.
Charu, look at the optics.
People are seeing it now.
Charu, look at the optics.
Can I please?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Sujata ji, but Charu, look at the optics.
Shreya,
politics is also optics. सुन लो एक बार, अरे हाँ एक बार सुन लो. Look at the optics. One day you have 6 people going to jail in Delhi because they pasted anti-Modi posters. Next day you have Rahul Gandhi, who has been suspended as a LokSabha MP for 6 years. Just because there was something said which wasn't exactly flattering to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Look at the optics that are going out. देखो narrative तो छोड़ो, propaganda narrative तो चलता ही रहेगा. That's what our politics is about, propaganda and narratives. But look at the optics that are going out.
I think the optics here are that whoever you are not above the law, and I think that's about it. So apart from the people in the Congress or certain other people in the opposition, nobody else thinks that anyone can insult an entire community and get away with it. Also, I take offense at Sujata calling our constitution farras. Really? Is that what the constitution is to you? Maybe you should read it again because it's definitely not farras, and it's especially rich coming from a spokesperson of a party which cries unconstitutional at every action of the government. Don't
Charu, now you're misrepresenting what Sujata said.
You are the one who chose to use this language for our constitution.
But Charu, you have Charu, this was wrong.
Can I please finish saying?
This was wrong. You have misinterpreted what Sujata said. She didn't call the constitution for us. Come on, yaar. Maybe there may have been a lag. You may have misunderstood. Let's not misrepresent what she
calling the
said.
action which has been taken based on farras. Please tell me.
No.
And also, when you talk
Wrong.
about people coming together, opposition
Shreya,
coming together,
I
the
never
fact
said
is
that.
this opposition only comes
I think
together
the
to
BJP
attack
doesn't
Modi ji.
understand.
That's about
You
it.
know,
You
because
can
they
only come together
with
to
their
attack
written
Modi ji,
notes
because when it
from
means
WhatsApp,
coming
and
together
that
for
is
a
all
cause
that
that
is
is
the job of the
greater,
opposition,
you are
Charu.
not
Here
able to
is a
unite.
And you
We
have
have
given them
seen
a
that
handle.
time and time
was
again.
Goli
That's the
Mara
job of the
Gandhis.
opposition. You have
Sujata,
given them a
I
handle.
don't
Many
speak
people
over
say
other
you have
people in
made Rahul
debates,
Gandhi
and
bigger
I
than
don't
he is.
participate in debates when all this cross
Charu.
communication is happening.
Acha, ladies, it's too late to get angry at each other. It's too late to get angry at each other. Let's just
When
wrap
Miss
this show.
Paul is quiet, I
All
will
I'm
speak.
saying is,
Shreya,
has
I
the
can't.
Congress...
You know, I don't debate like this.
I'm
Yeah? I don't
enjoying
debate
your
like this.
condition.
Let her finish and then I'll speak. And she was speaking in my turn.
Acha, theek hai. Ladies, acha, theek hai. I have exactly 2 minutes more because I have Mukul Rohatgi coming up. Charu, in 20 seconds, please complete your point and I'll wrap the debate.
Yes. So when everybody is seen to be uniting, I think the opposition can only unite against Prime Minister Modi. That's about it. When it comes to matters of importance, they're not able to unite. You think this greatly divided opposition can come together for anything except criticizing Prime Minister Modi?
Sorry,
so this
state
also
of the
is
BJP.
only mere optics with no actual physical results on ground.
The unity of this country is more important.
Okay, we'll leave
and united
We'll leave
we
it there.
stand.
We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Fact is, the job of the opposition is to target the Prime
Thanks,
Minister.
Shreya.
What will they do if they
Good
don't
night.
do that, bhai? Charu wo to unka kaam hai. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good weekend. My sense is you're not going to have an easy weekend because tomorrow is when Rahul Gandhi is holding a press conference at 1 o'clock and then we'll have counter BJP press conferences. So it's going to be another day of press conferences, I guess. Thank you. Thanks, Tehseen. Thanks, Charu. Thanks, Sujata ji, for joining us at 10 o'clock. Thank you very much. I'm speaking